Nakikita na yung presentation? Can you see the presentation na? Okay, so the next topic that we will be discussing about your ergonomics. When you say ergonomics, no? So when you say in ergonomics in dentistry, no, it aims to prevent. It means we prevent musculoskeletal problem, by enabling the dentist to adapt to a more natural and comfortable posture. So the main purpose why we practice ergonomics is for us to prevent injury. Yun lang naman ang yun lang naman ang purpose why we study ergonomics. No, so if we prevent injury, no, from the start of your practice, ano bang magiging result nun? You can increase the parang life expectancy of your musculoskeletal system. So yun lang. So mapapatagal mo lang yung musculoskeletal system mo, magagamit mo siya in a longer period of time, no, throughout your practice. So actually hindi life expectancy yung term, parang ano lang, yan na lang yung ginamit ko kasi hindi ko maisip yung tamang term eh. Ayun, prolonging. Parang pinoprolong mo yung work mo by performing proper ergonomics, no? By preventing the injury. So yun lang naman siya. So basically, the dentist, no? Actually, ergonomics is the relationship, no? Relationship of the dentist to its environment. Yung kung paano yung proper posture mo, yung position ng chair, yung position mo, no, when you are doing the procedure, no, yung position ng assistant mo, no, yung position ng position where the table should be placed, no? Yung syempre, 'di ba? The table should be placed near your working area kung saan mas madali mong maabot. So yung mga ganun. So basically relationship ng dentist sa environment niya or working environment niya. So that is your ergonomics. Well, so ergonomics question, basic question lang. So ergonomics is the study of blank. So what could be your answer? Time and motion to measure and monitor efficiency, man in relationship to his working environment, the arrangement for digital work, man in relationship to his work. So, anong possible answer nyo pag ganyan yung question? So, the answer here is man in relation to his working environment. So, yung relationship ng practitioner with the work environment. So, yun lang yan. Another basic question lang, no? The following practice may help a dentist increase his or her available operative time for treating patient. Except, no? So can you answer this one? By referring children patient to pedodontist for more efficient handling of the problem. Perform the procedure of treatment with appointment. Perform the procedure without appointment. Set an available day for appointment. So what could be your answer in this question? What will be your answer kapag ganito yung tanong? So which of the following increases the available operative time for treating patient for the dentist? I-refer mo ba? Ay, except pala. Or except. Okay. So D is without appointment. So good. So without appointment, usually another technique, no, in answering question, kapag if you see a choice, no, that contradicts each other, usually mamimili ka na lang sa isa. No? So halimbawa, ang choices, perform the procedure perform the procedure of treatment with appointment, no, sa letter B. Tapos yung sa letter D, perform the procedure without appointment. So, nagko-contradict sila. So, either of one sa dalawa will be the possible answer na pag ganun. Okay, so yun yung mga other exam taking. Parang exam taking tips lang. No, kapag nakakita kayo ng ganun. Pero pwede rin nyo naman basahin isa-isa. No? So, analyze. No? If you refer the children patient to a pedodontist, then it can increase, no, the availability operating time for treating patient. No, so, syempre, kapag if you cannot handle the patient, pediatric patient, sabihin natin Frankel 1, Frankel 2, no, more operative time will be consumed. No, more operative time will be consumed. No, so, hindi siya efficient, no, sa sa flow ng appointments natin. Okay, so perform the procedure of treatment with appointment. Syempre, kung naka-appoint, naka-organize. No, set available day as well as for appointment. Except without appointment. Okay, so what bad posture can cause? No, so potential development musculoskeletal disorder. So according to studies, no, so saan ko ba ito nakuha? Sa SDI, kaya ito nakuha. No, so according to studies, no, ang sa US, the dentist in the US has a 65% no, suffering from lower back pain. No, due to siguro improper ergonomics no, when working. No? So katulad nito nasa picture, nasa photo, no, naka-proper yung kanyang positioning, no? Medyo naka-sideways yung kanyang spine, no, causing sabihin nating straining of the muscle, no? Together with some effect sa skeletal as well. No? So, yun yung mga possible result. No? So, if meron kayong problem, musculoskeletal, it can have a potential career shortening. Ito yung word pala na hinahanap ko kanina. So, it can shorten your career. No? So, kung medyo masakit yung likod nyo, kakasimula pa lang ng clinic, no, baka simula pa lang, kakapasok mo pa lang, gusto mo na umuwi. So, masakit yung likod mo kasi, ganun. So, the working days or working days or hours will be lessen, no? Magdi-decrease, no, kapag may masakit sa katawan mo, no? Thus, affecting the efficiency of the practice. No? So, paano na yung mga naka-appointment sa hapon? No, if hindi mo na kaya, paano na yung mga naka-appoint sa hapon? Wala na. Hindi mo na sila imimit. Ganun. So, shortening of working days or hours. Okay? So, common problem, what bad posture can cause? No? So, very basic, back pain. Lower back pain. No? Due to improper posture, sometimes, no, due to improper posture, your disc, no, sometimes lumalabas sila, no? And once the disc lumabas or inflamed, it can impinge your nerve, causing lower back pain. So yun yung parang nagiging mild cause ng lower back pain. Nagkakaroon ng impingement sa nerve, no? If this happens, if there will be chronic, no, back pain, usually your intervertebral disc will be inflamed. No? So, inflammation of your intervertebral disc. So, kung alam niyo naman, no, this is known as your spondylitis. No? Namamaga. No? And alam niyo naman, kapag may inflammation, may swelling. And that swelling can cause impingement of the nerve, causing back pain. Okay, so yun yung mga nangyayari. So, yun yung common, lower back pain. Another common cause of bad posture, no, very vulnerable for the dentist because we use our hands, di ba, to work, no? Injury in the wrist, no? Especially at your carpals, improper positioning of your, improper posture of your wrist. No? So the most common for that is your CTS. Diba? So alam niyo yung CTS, carpal tunnel syndrome. Diba? So madami na, kahit early practicing dentist pa lang, no? Kakatapos pa lang ng board exam, kakagraduate pa lang, a year of practice, no? 2 years, 3 years, some develop CTS na, carpal tunnel syndrome. Pero syempre, mild pa lang kapag ganun. Ay, may mga ganun na akong mga nakikilala. No? Some of the dentists, medyo nag-ano na sila, nagpapa-rehab na sila about rehab for wrist, no? Pain management. So, yung iba, nadadiagnose na agad ng CTS. No? So, the cause of this actually is, ganun din. Kung sa lower back pain, no, nagkakaroon ng impingement of nerve, ganun din dito. Nagkakaroon din ng impingement of nerve due to improper use of your wrist. No, so what nerve? Specifically your median nerve. So your median nerve is the one that is affected on your carpal tunnel syndrome. So ano ba yan? Masakit ba yan? Is it painful? Your carpal tunnel syndrome, is it painful? Sakit, di ba? So the main symptoms of your carpal tunnel syndrome is your paresthesia. Merong numbness, pain, no, tingling sensation. Yan. Kapag meron ka yan, may painful sensation ka sa wrist, you will not be able to work using your hand na, no? Kasi kada galaw mo, no, masakit. Okay, unless titiisin mo, no? 1 hour kang nagre-resto tapos masakit. So, hindi yan kaya. Okay? So, worst case scenario, no, if the chronic lower back pain is not resolved, no? Sabihin natin tinitiis mo yung lower back pain mo for 10 years, 20 years na nagpa-practice ka. Now, what will happen to your joints, no? Or into your vertebra, no? So, if continuous or chronic improper posture can cause wear and tear. Diba nag-wear and tear yan eh. Wear and tearing of your disc. Nawe-wear yung disc yan. No? And then once the disc has been weared, no, so ano na magko-contact? Your bones. Magko-contact na yung bones. And this will cause rigidity. No, ito na yung magiging rigid na yung back mo. Yun yung nagiging final outcome ng lower back pain natin. No? So kung yung kanina is spondylitis, which means inflammation of your intervertebral disc, no? Once na nag-wear and tear na sa sobrang tagal ng continuous, no, na nag-wear and tear ang yung intervertebral disc, no, and once the bone has somewhat fused, no, somehow nag-fuse causing rigidity, no, it will not be called as spondylitis na. So nagiging ano na siya, ankylosing spondylitis, no? Nagiging ankylose na siya, no? So parang nagme-merge, nag-fuse, somewhat fuse yung bones. Yan. Yun lang naman, ang kanyang symptoms, rigidity, no? Rigid na yung inyong back. Okay? And for you to prevent this, dapat ngayon pa lang alam na natin the ideal posture of oral health professionals when doing a treatment. Okay, so may isang question neto lumabas sa boards namin. Ano lang naman, kung ano daw yung inaapakan ng dentist, yung foot pedal, ano bang tawag daw doon? Anong ibang tawag doon? Yun lang naman, kaya sinama ko na rin to. Okay, so ideal head posture, posture, tama, of the oral health profession, the head should be inclined slightly forward. No? Slightly forward, naka-incline. No? So the torso, no, should be upright. The longitudinal axis of the torso should be upright. No? So dapat naka-upright yung inyong torso. No? So remember, hindi naman straight. Kung mag-upright ka, hindi rin naman din mag-straight yung spine mo kasi may natural curvature naman yan. No? Okay. So next, the arms relax at one side. The elbow do not stick out and the forearm is in front of the body. Okay, shoulders are oriented over the hips. Okay, so kung ito yung shoulder mo, it should be oriented over the hips. Okay, so yun lang naman. Very important, the wrist. The wrist should be kept in neutral position. So kung gagawa ka, hindi dapat gagalaw yung wrist mo. So naka-steady lang yung wrist. Okay, so hindi ka maalalaw. Okay, so anong gagalaw? Paano gagalaw paano tayo mag-instrument? We use your fingertips. So the fingertip should be held at the treatment point. Siya lang dapat. Okay? Fingertips. Okay? Seated position. Seated position. No? Seated posture. No? The sitting height should be at the knee height. No? Hips slightly higher than the knees. No? So medyo naka-incline siya. Okay? And then lastly, the feet should be flat on the floor. And the lower legs are in a vertical position. So flat ang kanyang feet dapat, lower legs vertical position. So hindi pwedeng mag-work ng mataas yung heels like ganon, no, kasi tataas din yung foot, no, or feet. Hindi na siya magiging flat in position, no? So the foot pedal usually dito siya, diba? Foot pedal or also known as your rheostat. Rheostat ang kanyang other term. Okay, so yun yung lumabas sa boards. So ano daw yung other name ng rheostat? Foot pedal, no? So para kapag flat yung foot mo, no, you can easily press the rheostat or the foot pedal. Okay, dapat flat yung feet. Nagets po? Nagets po ba? Okay. So next, a rheostat is also called as answer Cuspidor, handpiece, bracket table, foot pedal. A rheostat is also known as your foot pedal. That is your foot pedal. Okay, remember the foot should be flat on the floor. Okay, next is instrumentation, no? So first is preparation and placement of instrument without the four-handed dentistry. No, so commonly four-handed dentistry ang ginagawa natin with assistant. But what if wala kang assistant? No? So two-handed dentistry lang, dalawa lang. No, so these are the things, no, that is placed on your bracket table. No, so yung pinakamalapit sa iyo, no, should be the things that you use frequently. No? Like for example, mouth mirrors, no, if nagre-resto ka, 'di ba, yung tawag doon, yung plugger, no, yung etchant, no, dapat malapit sa iyo. Okay? If those things are not or no longer needed, no, dapat mas malayo na siya sa iyo. Okay? Sa malayo. Okay? Things used occasionally, ito yung ating mga gauze, di ba? Cotton rolls, floss, o kaya yung garbage, yung bag natin, yung lalagyanan, yung pang-dispose natin ng cotton, yan din nakalagay. Okay. Those are the things used occasionally. Okay? So, ang sabi dyan, the dentist should be able to pick up and return basic instrument without having to look away from the treatment area. No, so parang kinukuha mo lang siya at nakatingin ka pa rin dun sa may mouth ni patient. No, so ganun. Okay, so hindi mo na kailangan lumingon sa ng malayo pa. Okay, kasi kapag lumingon yung head mo din, no, kasama yung body mo, mag-iiba yung posture mo. Okay? If you have an assistant, no, for handed dentistry, no, so may sarili kayong bracket table. So you have bracket table, no, for you as a dentist, and may bracket table din si assistant dapat. Okay, so the assistant sits on the left side facing the dentist. Ikaw nasa right side. Okay, so the dentist usually uses indirect visualization only, no? Pero yung assistant mo naman, direct vision. Okay, kapag dentist, indirect vision using your dental mirror. Kapag assistant, direct visualization. No, so the purpose of your assistant lang naman is to maintain the operative field clean, 'di ba? To retract, to increase the access. No, so para mag-suction yung assistant mo, direct vision siya. Okay? Yun lang naman. So yan, other principles. So ito. So ito ay mali. So ito ay mali. Yung improper posture niya. And then nagda-direct vision siya. Kaya yung kanilang position ay medyo awkward. Awkward yung kanilang position. Okay, so this is correct. No? So indirect vision, no, using your mouth mirror, and then yung kanyang assistant has a direct vision. No? And as you can see, the assistant also has chair. May upuan din yan. No, if the assistant has a chair, no, the level, no, of the assistant should be 15 to 20 centimeter above the dentist. Mas mataas yung level ng assistant kesa sa dentist. Okay? So question, the dental assistant should be seated in a such way that his vision or her vision, no, is blank. So what is your answer? 5 to 10 centimeter higher than the dentist's eye, 10 to 14, 15 to 20. Okay, 15 to 20 centimeter higher than the dentist. No, yung kanyang vision. Mas mataas dapat. Okay. Harmonizing posture and vision. It depends on the chair and patient position. So, very familiar naman na kayo dito eh. No, 45-degree, most common. No? It can also almost supine position for the patient. So, yan lang naman. So, 45-degree can increase access to oral cavity. Yung ergonomic. Okay, operating position, 7 o'clock, 9, 11 o'clock. So, ayan. So, hindi ko na i-discuss kung anong makikita kapag 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Ayan. A question. Last slide for your ergonomics. So, to improve direct visualization of the following are essential, except A, retain the angle of maxillary occlusal plane, adjust the width of the mouth, increase the height level of the dental chair, maintaining the head of the patient to the working side. So what will be your answer? Para daw the following daw can increase the visualization, no, in the working area, except ano daw yung hindi nag-i-increase dyan ng visualization. So imagine niyo kapag pinanganga mo si patient ng mas malaki, you adjust the width of the patient's mouth, nag-i-increase ba yung visualization? Kapag ba in-adjust ni patient yung mouth niya, mag-i-increase yung visualization? Di ba mag-i-increase? Mas makikita mo. Di ba? Mag-i-increase din yung access. Kapag nag-increase ng height level of dental chair, mag-i-increase ba yung visualization? Halimbawa, ano ba? Halimbawa, sabihin natin mas mataas yung chair, mas mataas yung patient mo, tapos ikaw, mas mababa. Makikita mo ba yung mouth ni patient? Hindi. Pero pag binaba mo yung chair ni patient, makikita mo ba siya? mas makikita mo siya. So, mag-i-increase din yung visualization mo. So, pwede ka sa increase. Maintaining the head of the patient to the working side. No? Kung saan ka nag-work, halimbawa sa right side ka nag-work, no? And then, kunwari, tooth number 4-6, wini-work mo. Tapos, you maintain the patient on the right side rin, nakatingin sa'yo. So, does that increase the visualization? Yes, nakikita mo, di ba? Direct vision. However, retaining the angle of the maxillary occlusal plane. Ano ba tinutukoy natin dito? No? In a 90-degree or upright position, your maxilla is kaganyan. Tapos mandible mo nakababa. Diba? Yung angle niya is nakaganyan. Ganyan. No, sabihin natin ito yung ngipin mo, tapos ito yung ngipin niya, ganyan. Diba? So 90-degree. However, if binaba mo yung chair, ni-recline mo yung chair, pag ganun, pag ganyan, pahiga, no? So mag-iiba yung angle niya. Nagiging ganyan yung angle niya ng maxillary mo. Diba? Mag-iba yung angle ng maxillary plane mo. Does this increase the visualization? Mag-i-increase. Kasi pinahiga mo si patient. Nag-increase yung angle of maxillary occlusal plane niya. However, if you retain ng gantong position, sabihin natin naka 90 degree siya, nakatayo lang siya, tapos pinanganga mo lang, so hindi mag-increase yun. So this is the exception. So the answer here is this one. A, except A. So nag-gets po ba? Okay, so last topic is about office management and auxiliaries. So the contents here are about government regulatory agency considerations. No, so meron tayong iba't ibang agencies na nagre-regulate ng clinic natin, na sinusunod natin dapat yung kanilang policies and regulation. So we have first one is your occupational safety and health administration. So the role of your OSHA, diba, is to protect the workers from hazard in their workplace. So yung occupational hazard mo, occupational hazard, diba may mga occupational hazards tayo eh. Ano yung mga yun? Even na hindi na natin ginagamit pero dati meron, like amalgam. Diba? Occupational hazards like mercury spill, nag-spill yung mercury, not only occupational but also environmental hazards. Diba? So, ano pa ba? The occupational hazards such as sa infection control. Diba? We are prone to needle stick injury. Diba? Sa occupation natin. No? So, exposed tayo sa contaminants. Diba? Sa mga bodily fluids. Which we address it as a infectious. Diba? Lahat daw ng bodily fluids according to the CDC, all bodily fluids should be all patients should be treated as if they were infected. Diba? So sabi, lahat ng bodily fluids, i-treat mo yan as may infection or infectious. Diba? So para preventive measures lang. Okay? So about the health, we have your infection control. Okay? So basically, your OSHA, they are the one that implements and maintain incident exposure records. Sila yung nagpo-provide ng specific instruction about PPEs, to protect the healthcare for infection. Sila yung nagsasabi na may iba pang potential hazards, such as yung radiations, di ba? Nire-recommend dapat nila na ganito, magsuot ng ganyan. So ayan. So that is your OSHA. Patient Safety Health Administration. Okay? So next is we have, ito, sample of your occupational safety health administration. No? So they are the one that teaches, no, or nagre-regulate about use of your fire extinguisher. Diba? Meron tayong rule na sinusunod na pass, pull the pin, aim at the base of the fire, squeeze the lever, sweep side to side. Whenever there is a fire. Diba? Kasi ano rin naman tayo, exposed rin naman tayo sa fire. No? Like for example, gumagamit tayo ng alcohols, di ba? Alcohol lamps. Whenever there's a fire, dapat ready. Okay? So another one is needle. No? Needle injury. So dapat sumusunod tayo sa mga techniques natin to prevent needle stick injury. No? Like this one. One-handed spoon, scoop method. No? Ini-scoop lang natin yung needle. We do not directly close the needle using our daliri. Diba? Hindi natin kukunin yung takip tapos i-direct nating takpan. No? Hindi natin ginagawa yun. Kasi there is a chance for needle prick injury. Diba ito yung most common injury in clinic. No? Pati nga sa assistant, most common injury yan. Diba? Needle prick injury. Yung mga sutures natin. Diba? Usually, madalas na-injure yung assistant kapag hindi natin naayos. So, dapat tayo din, responsible din kung paano iiwan yung gamit natin na lilinisin ng assistant. Okay? So, in case you were exposed, no, or natusok ka ng needle, so in case you were exposed with needle stick injury, no, as much as possible, so within 1 hour, punta ka na sa hospital, no, para magpa PEP, no, post exposure prophylaxis. Magpapa-inject ka. Okay? So ano bang ayaw lang natin yan? Hindi naman natin alam kung meron si patient sakit na ganyan, no, HIV, sabihin natin, no, hindi naman natin alam unless dinisclose niya or meron siyang medical record, no, or even naman kasi na medical history ka, no, pero paano pag hindi naman alam ni patient na meron pala siyang ganun, no? So for you to have additional measures, no, pagdating sa needle stick injury, magpa-expose ka na lang, prophylactic exposure. No? So your PEP, your post exposure prophylactic injection. So usually 4 weeks duration, this one, and it is an antiretroviral. Yan. Okay. So next is your CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention. No, so it sets specific guidelines for infection control and disease containment. No, so they regulate your OSHA. Okay, they do CDC guidelines, no, that must be followed by your OSHA. Okay, yung CDC. No, some of the vaccines that must be that a must for a dental practitioner is your hepatitis B vaccine. So basically, self-explanatory, it is against your Hepa B. So administer to a full-time employees who are potential risk, no, for Hepa B. No, usually nakuha din naman yan sa sa needle stick injury because your Hepa B is a blood-borne, no, viral infection. Blood-borne yan. No, so kung natatandaan nyo sa inyong microbio, we have 5 types of hepatitis. Diba? We have your A, B, C, D, E. No? So your B and CB are your bloodborne hepatitis. Now your A is your fecal oral, and your E as well as your fecal oral transmission. So that is your A and A. So your A, no, usually it is self-limiting lang. Self-limiting lang to. Limiting viral infection. No? So pwedeng home care, no, yun yung may mga diarrhea, you know, dahil sa nakuhang pagkain, no, street foods, yun, no, tapos unhygienic, no, yung unhygienic yung pinagmulan niya ng food, no, and then na-transmit sa'yo through gastrointestinal, fecal oral siya. Okay? So your B, no, is your bloodborne. C and B as well as your bloodborne. Bakit gusto nating ma-prevent yung hepatitis? No? Because your Hepa B is incurable. Hindi na naku-cure yung Hepa B. Hindi na-cure yan. Kapag may Hepa B ka na sa katawan, forever ka nang may Hepa B sa katawan. No, pero natitreat yung kanyang symptoms. Okay? It is incurable, but you can treat symptoms niya. Okay? However, your C naman, your Hepa C, they are curable naman. Curable naman. No, ang problema sa kanya, wala siyang vaccine. No, wala tayong vaccine for hepatitis C. No? Okay, and then D, lastly, is your D requires Hepa B. Hepa B. Okay? Parang nag-ano sila, co-infection. No, your Hepa B and your Hepa D has a co-infection. Kailangan ng Hepa B bago ka magkaroon ng Hepa D. Okay, so that is your hepatitis. Okay, so kailangan may Hepa B kasi incurable na yan. No? But you can treat the symptoms. Waterline biofilms, film-forming microbe which excrete a glue-like substance and attach to the plastic tubing. Usually sa airway syringes, no, sa handpieces, no, or yung even yung sa mga suction. No, so this waterline, no, is a great or ideal environment for the growth of bacteria. No, so nagpo-form siya ng yung bacteria tumitira doon, no, nagpo-form ng biofilm. No? So medyo mahirap tanggalin. So sticky substance, no, which bacteria confines biofilm. Okay, so that nililinis din. Next is proper disposal of sharps. No? So alam naman natin kapag sharps, no, they must be in a red or biohazard warning label. No? So the label should be readable from a distance of 5 feet. Okay? So ito lang yan. Yung containers, yung sharps. Okay, hazardous material in the dental clinic. No, we have your mercury. No, so hindi naman natin masyado na itong nakikita dahil hindi na tayo gumagamit ng amalgam. No, nitrous oxide gas and X-ray. No, maliban sa chemicals, we have your radiations. No, so X-ray chemicals. So another board exam question, no, na lumabas is about mercury. So lagi pa rin itong lumalabas. No? Pero anong question? Most of the time, related to mercury spills. No, so in cases of mercury spills. Sa mercury spills. Kapag natapon yung mercury. So ano daw gagawin mo? So how will you pick up the spill? No, so your ADA recommends picking up using adhesive tapes. So using your adhesive tapes. Now only if small is the droplet. No, for small droplet lang. Okay? So kapag medyo madaming droplet, you can use a deactivator, no, for your mercury. Pero hindi naman lagi itong available sa clinic natin eh. No? Pero ito, your dust sulfur powder, no, is used, no, if merong moderate to large amount of spill, no. So the purpose of this is to deactivate the mercury, no, dinideactivate niya. Okay? So in the dental clinic daw, according to your ADA, you should have a mercury spill kit. So meron ka daw dapat kit ng mercury spill. So anong laman yan? Your cardboard, PPE, including your gloves, N95 mask, tapos ano pa ba? Gagas. So yan daw yung kailangan sa mercury spill kits mo. No? You should never use vacuum cleaner. No, once you use kasi vacuum cleaner daw, nagbe-vaporize yung mercury. No, so nagiging vapor siya. No, mas magiging prone ka. Siyempre, may inhale. So, ayun. May question sa Don? Wala naman? Wala. So, ito. Question, if a mercury spilled on a carpeted floor, the clinician should use vacuum cleaner, pick up all visible droplet with narrow bore tube connected by wash bottle trap to a low volume aspirator. Pick up the droplet with use of glove hands and dispose it to the toxic bins. Use an adhesive tip to capture big spills. So what will be your answer for this question? Inyo. So hindi tayo pwedeng gumamit ng vacuum cleaner. Bawal yun. Bawal tayo gumamit ng vacuum cleaner. Adhesive tips. Yung adhesive tape, hindi naman tayo gumamit. Pero sabi natin, small spills lang. Diba? Small lang. Okay. Ano pa? Okay, so the answer here is letter B. No? With volume, low volume aspirator. Okay, so additional yan dun sa may instead of using vacuum cleaner, ito. No, pick up visible droplet with a narrow bore tubing connected by a wash bottle trap to allow volume. Eh, maganda rin kasi pakinggan eh, no? Pag ganyan, binasa ko, parang yun yung sagot. Yun na lang. Okay, pero yan yung sagot. Okay, so next is OSAP. Now, OSAP is your Organization for Safety and Asepsis Procedure. So, safety and asepsis procedure, more of an infection control pa rin. Infection control program pa rin to. So, according to your RA 11058, 58, no, or yung tinatawag nating worker right to know act. Worker right to know act. No, so sabi, the employer, no, should inform the employee about the possible effect of resulting from hazard contact. No, so kung meron kang mga empleyado, no, ina-explain mo rin dapat sa kanila yung mga hazards. No, so the worker should have the right to know, no, the potential hazards. Okay, so educational basis. I-educate mo din dapat sila about the hazard no, o hazard sa iyong working area. Okay, so this is your RA 11058. Next is type of waste. So we have two types of waste, your medical waste, and then we have your regulated waste. No, so your medical waste, it is a solid waste. Solid waste wasted. Waste used in diagnosis and treatment, no, of the patient. So once na involved sa diagnosis and treatment, yung waste na yun, sa medical waste siya. Okay? So next is regulated waste. No? So these are your regulated waste: contaminated, hazardous, infectious, toxic waste. No? So your contaminated waste, these are the waste that includes blood, no, body secretion, no? So yun yan. Hazardous waste, ito yung kanina. Yung meron tayong mercury. Ano pa? Nitrous oxide. Yung mga hazardous waste natin. Infectious waste, no, these are the waste that can cause disease. No, not all contaminated waste are infectious waste kasi. No, so halimbawa, may blood, contaminated waste ng blood, pero hindi naman ibig sabihin ng infectious siya. Paano ba wala naman pala siyang active infection? So hindi siya laging infectious, no, contaminated waste. But we should always practice no precautionary measures. No, sabi nga 'di ba sa CDC ulit, no, all patients should be treated as if they were infectious. No, so any body secretions na nanggaling sa patient is treated as infectious. No, as ano lang, yun lang. And last is toxic waste. So these are your poisons, no, or anything that can harm you or can cause poisonous effect. So yung mga yan. So na-gets? So kung gusto nyo tandaan, Mr. Chip. Medical waste, regulated waste, contaminated, hazardous, infectious, toxic. Okay, so question again. An expired anesthetic carpule is what form of a waste? Is it general, chemical, pharmaceutical, cytotoxic? So, andyan na yung keyword, anesthetic carpule. So, saan ba siya gawa? Letter C, pharmaceutical. No, kasi gamot siya. Okay, so it is a drug. No, sabihin natin expired, or unused, or contaminated drugs. So, pharmaceutical waste yan. No, your chemical waste are actually your reagents. Yung mga reagents natin. No? General waste, these are your non-hazardous waste. No, yung mga unused gloves, no, yung face mask na hindi pa nagamit, na expired na, tinapon mo lang, ganun. And cytotoxic waste, no, so from the word itself, it can cause toxicity to your cells. No, so basically, it is genotoxic. Sabihin natin genotoxic. No, or it can cause cell death. Nakakapatay siya ng cells. No, like for example, na-expose ka ng specific chemical sa oral mucosa na yung chemical na yun can cause cell death, no? Tapos since itatapon na siya, cytotoxic waste siya. Okay, wala. Next, waste management pa rin. Periapically, cyst lining removed post-extraction is what form of waste? Anong form of waste ang ating cyst? Periapical cyst. So, nandiyan na rin ang inyong, nandiyan na rin ang inyong keyword. Ang periapical cyst is actually, hindi naman siya infection, di ba? Ang cyst. So, pathologic waste siya. Okay, human tissue, no, due to pathology lang. So, infectious waste, kapag infectious, ang ating waste product. Okay, radioactive waste, no, these are the waste that releases radiation. Okay, and the cytotoxic waste yung isa. Okay, so Pathology, human tissue deemed to be pathology. Your pathology, please. Okay, so other agencies, we have your FDA. No? So your FDA, so you know this na, they are the one that regulates the drug and medical devices. No, before it can be marketed. Okay, so may inaano yan, tinetest yan, di ba? So yung drug, bago siya ilabas sa market, no, madami siyang process pa. No? So madami siyang experiments pa. No? Until both safety and efficacy is has been nakita na. Pag okay na, tsaka na siya ilalabas. No? So the FDA also are the one that do your scheduling, no, your drug schedule. So kung natatandaan nyo sa pharma, diba, we have your schedules drug. Diba, we have your Sched 1, Sched 1. No? So yung mga Schedule 1 drugs mo, these are the drugs that has no medical use. Walang medical use yung Sched 1. Medical use. No? And it is abusive. Abusive when used. No? Like for example, yung mga drugs natin, ecstasy, ganun, heroin, no, yung MJ, ganyan. LSD, ayan. Sked 2, ano ba yung Sked 2? Sked 2. Yung Sked 2, meron siyang medical use, but slightly abusive. No? May medical use siya, but slightly abusive. Ay, highly abusive pala. Highly abusive. Like for example, fentanyl. Fentanyl. Diba? So, it is a strong pain, no, reliever. No, but it is highly abusive. Diba? Yung meth. Yung mga odone natin. Diba? Odone, yun, piperidine, demerol, mga yon, schedule 2. Okay, so sila din yung nagre-regulate ng ganun. Okay? So, next, we have your dental business consideration. No, yung mga partners, no, certificates na kailangan, requirements bago ka makapagtayo ng clinic. No? So we have your DTI, no? It administers the registration of the business name. No, so ito yung kanina, your birth certificate, birth cert of business. So nire-register mo kasi yung business name mo diyan. No, so kung na-register mo na yung business name, no other entity no can use the same business name na kung anong ni-register mo. So bali ikaw lang yung merong ganung business name. So ang nag-aano diyan is your DTI. And DTI nakikita saan? Reception area. Reception room. So question, when the type of practice has a group proprietorship, which type of business permit should be certified? SEC. Yes, SEC. Security Exchange Commission ba yun? Ano ba? Security Exchange Commission. No? So, these are the one that regulates group practice naman. Sa group practice. Pag group practice, SEC. Pag DTI, sole proprietorship or solo practice. Okay? So, DTI, solo or sole proprietorship. Ay, proprietary. Ayan. So, ayan. SEC, group practice. Okay. Ito pala. So, when the type of practice has a sole proprietorship, which type of business permit should be certified? SEC, DTI, barangay, municipal. Yun, kakasabi ko lang kanina. A, DTI. Okay, so DTI. So ito, Securities and Exchange Commission, no? So agency that gives the business enterprises legal personality, no? Usually for group practice. SSS. So an employer or any person who uses the service of another person in business. So alam niyo naman yan, SSS. Okay, sa mga benefits. Okay? So BIR, no? Taxation. So your 2303 no, is your taxation purposes. Your BIR. So floor plan. What is floor plan? So floor plan, it allows traffic pattern that will minimize congestion and traffic area in areas of dental office. Okay, so planning, na mag-usapan na natin yung kanina sa planning natin. Okay, dental office fundamental compartments. You should have reception room, reception area, na kung saan first contact si patient. Now we have your operatory or treatment zone. No, so it is your nerve center of the dental practice. It is also known as your hub for all activities. Hub for all activities. You have your lavatory facilities, sterilization area, laboratory area, X-ray, no, recovery room, if emergency, no, pero usually recovery sa hospital naman na tayo. No, optional. No? Kung nagpa-practice ka ng sedation, like your inhalation sedation, so you need recovery room. No? Kasi kailangan mag-recover ni patient muna. Ganun. Okay, so types of supplies. So we have your consumable, disposable, expandable equipments. So your consumable, so this is your anti-GIC, your anti-carcinogenic agents, gypsum products, impression materials, cements, ito yung naubos. Disposable, single-use items such as your cups, cotton, gloves. That is your disposables. Expandable, no, low in cost and are replaced frequently. No? So yan, mga trays, impression, plastics, and then equipments, no? So these are the major purchases and may be depreciated over time. Yung handpiece, yung chair, yung panoramic mo, intraoral cameras, no? So yung mga digital ano mo, no? So yung mga capital expenses mo, 'di ba? Yung kanina, capital expenses, no? So ito 'yon. Nagde-depreciate over time, no? Pero you can use it for a long time pa naman. Okay? So type of supplies, no? We have reorder point. Pag sinabi mong reorder point, no, it is a predetermined quantity of supply left in the inventory. Yung point kung kailan ka na mag-order ulit. Yung point kung kailan ka na magre-reorder ulit. Okay, so shelf life. So it is the amount of time, no? The product is guaranteed fresh. Parang sabihin natin yung freshness ng product. Yung freshness ng product mo. So usually, yung mga product na yan, such as your composites, no, or yung mga gypsum product, diba? So your composite, para ma-maintain mo yung shelf life na, diba? Ano nga ulit yung gagawin dapat? It should be packaged, no, in a light resistant tube. Diba? Para ma-maintain mo yung shelf life niya. Diba? Kaya nga kulay black sa composite. No, kasi ayaw mong pumasok yung light doon. Kasi once na nag-light yan, magpo-polymerize yan. No? So mag-iiba yung yung shelf life. No, mas bibilis, mas ma-depreciate yung composite. Sa gypsum naman, we should always store, di ba? We store our product in a dry and cool area. No? Usually nga, container. Containers. No? Sa container. Plastic container. No? Where the product will be protected from heat or cold environment. Okay? So, rate of use, basically, ito lang naman yung consumption of supply. So, gaano mo kabilis ubusin, no, yung rate ng use mo ng product and items. So, question, what is the reorder point of gypsum product? So, nung sagot, half is left, slightly reduced, slight reduction observed, nothing is left as per consumption. Kailan ka daw babibili ulit? Half is left. A. What if, halimbawa, yung isang punong gypsum product mo, isang punong container mo, no, napakalahati mo siya after a year. No, tapos bibili ka na ba agad? Hindi pa. No, actually, it depends on consumption. No, which is predicted by practice. Halimbawa, yung practice mo is malakas sa prosto. Malakas sa prosto. So, kailangan marami kang impression, kailangan marami kang gypsum product. No? So, kung bibili ka ng half na, so pwede din naman, no? Pero halimbawa naman is hindi malakas sa prosto yung ano mo, yung iyong practice, no? Tapos yung gypsum mo, sabi ko nga, it takes after a year bago mo siya mapakalahati. No? So, hindi ka agad din bibili, no? Hindi ka magre-reorder. So, ubusin mo muna siguro or siguro 1/3, 2/3 na ubus na, pwede ka nang bumili. No, kasi hindi naman ganun kalakasan yung yung patient pool mo pagdating sa ganong practice. So, ayun. So, kung ako sasagot, letter D as per consumption. Okay. And then last is how do we improve the shelf life of latex product? So, the answer here is to check the expiration date, stored in a metal cabinets, placed in a light-sensitive area, placed in a cool, moist. Sa place in a cool, moist, no? Ang rule natin is you should place in a cool and dry area. Okay, so hindi siya moist dapat. Dapat dry area. Okay. So, ang nakita kong sagot kasi talaga dito is to check the expiration date. Hindi ko alam kung bakit, pero ayan. Okay. Nakita ko lang sa review. So, that's it. May question pa ba kayo? Gising pa ba kayo? Buhay pa ba kayo? So, ayun. That will end the session for your practice management. So, hindi ko na-cover lahat. No, ng topic in your practice management. If sa tingin nyo, lacking pa, no, if kailangan nyo pa mag-review, you can refer back, no, to your preclinical practice management, di ba? Si Doc Chua, di ba, naging prof niya sa practice management and meron kayong notes. No? So, alam ko naman, meron kayong notes nun. So, kulang, pwede kayo magbasa pa doon. No? Pero at least, sana it helps, no, to recall some of the concepts, ideas, no, para maka-help sa inyong TCAP, oral, revalida, as well as exam. So, yun, may question pa ba kayo? May question? Anyone? Wala na? Ayan. Okay, kung wala nang question, yun lang naman. This will end the session. This will be the end of the session. So, good luck with your TCAP. Ano yun? Exam, final exam pala. No, with your practice management. So, ako lang din naman gagawa eh. So, kung ano lang din yung nandito, yun lang din yung kasama sa Pracmat. Okay, kung wala na question, I will dismiss you na. No, and then see you na lang ulit sa clinics if magkabanggaan tayo. Okay, sige.
Okay.
Okay, sige. Leave na.